He's declaring to Joshua, this is the time when this is going to be fulfilled. Faith takes God at his word, and that's what Joshua did here. Even when the circumstances seem unchanged. There were still people in this land. They were not just going to hand over the city to them. These people were ready to fight. So how could the Israelites and Joshua know for certain that now was the time? We often want proof before we believe. But as we've heard over and over again in this series, faith believes before it sees. Faith trusts what God says more than the circumstances they see with a natural eye. God said to Joshua, this land is yours. Joshua believed. Think about it. It had been a long time waiting for this promise. Generations have passed. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, all the way down. Then they were in Egypt for over 400 years, right? Years waiting for this promise. And yet here it is, right before them, about to be fulfilled. This is the generation to take possession of the promised land. So when the fulfillment stands in front of you and me, can we truly believe that now is the hour? Think about it. When you have prayed and prayed, when you have interceded, when you have stood on the promise of God that he has given to you, and God says, it is yours, receive it. Can you believe it? Joshua in this generation had heard the stories. They had heard the stories about Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. This whole generation had wandered through the wilderness because of the sins of their fathers. But they knew everything that God had said. And now to stand there and say, this is the time when it's really going to happen. Many of us are in the same situation. The promise has been spoken. We have been praying. We have been interceding. And now God is saying, it is time to receive. And the question is, can we believe even if there are still obstacles in our ways? There is still a wall between the Israelites and that land. There are still enemies that they were going to have to encounter. So when God says it's time now for the promise and you still see obstacles, will you believe? Can our faith remain steadfast when there is nothing concrete that says the promise is fulfilled? There is a profound tension in that moment right before the breakthrough when the promise is right there, but the physical reality hasn't caught up yet. And there's often this window of time between when God declares now it's already done and the fulfillment. And often there's still a huge obstacle staring us right in the face. Yeshua tells us this in Mark 11:24. Therefore I say to you, all things, whatever you ask praying, what does it say? Believe that you shall receive it, and it will be to you. God told Joshua here in the first few verses of chapter 6, it's time, Joshua. This land is yours. It's ready for my people to take possession. Joshua simply believed. God is saying it's time, Beth Emanuel. God wants to say it's time, and whatever that promise is that you're waiting for, can you believe it and can you receive it and walk in it, no matter what your natural eyes still might see in front of you?